Hello， 观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看本期的对话好莱坞，我是主持人蓝天。那今天呢，我们非常的荣幸邀请到了2位青年亚裔导演。那他们在最近的 HBO 亚太美国人梦想家的短片竞赛当中啊，取得了非常优异的成绩，最终啊成为了3位优胜者之一。让我们一起来欢迎一下 Julie Zhan 和 Wesley Zhan，Welcome。Hi，Hello。欢迎2位做客对话好莱坞，跟我们的观众朋友们简单的介绍一下自己好不好？
我的中文不是很好，所以你好，我是 Julie， 你好，我係 Julie。Cantonese
是非常好的，
可以講一啲。
麻麻地啦。
麻麻地啦，你咩名啊
？Hello， 我係 Wesley。
Wesley 的中文没有 Julie 好，是不是？
佢講得好啲。
他的國語
20%。
可不可以聽
20%？
可以聽吧。是
一咻咻，
但是他的廣東話很棒。
No，
真的嗎？
很棒，
秀一下，跟我們秀一下。
我哋識講點心可以點心
哦，可以點點心，
先買，
這個就夠了，真的，這個知道這些中文就夠了。
That's all you need.
That's okay. Yeah, we'll be proceeding with the interview in English today then.
Great.
So first and foremost, tell us, how did the idea of Zoetic come about?
Well, I'll start.
Yes.
Okay. So it was around maybe mid last year. I actually helped my mom in real life try online dating.
Oh, wow.
And that is a very nerve-wracking experience because my mom and I don't talk about our romantic lives with each other, but I really wanted to encourage her to seek her own happiness and to, get out there and meet people. And she actually said yes. So that all happened. And then right around September, I saw the HBO prompt for this year, which is living in the modern digital age, but through the lens of an Asian American perspective. And I thought, online dating apps, my mom. And so I started writing this, idea that honestly was just for fun, and I didn't even think it was going to become a thing, but there was a lot of Cantonese and a lot of cultural, aspects to it. And after I finished that first draft, I was like, the only way I would even think about doing this film is if Wes was involved. And so I sent it to him. He's a very busy guy, so I was like, he's not even going to read my email, whatever. And that was sort of the end of where I was going with it. And Wes got back to me that day.
Yeah.
So
I don't usually reply that fast to emails.
He usually doesn't reply.
None of us do.
But when Julie shared her idea with me, I was like, I have to do this.
What intrigued you though? About this idea?
Well, I think first, it's our story. It's a story about our parents and growing up with immigrant parents, which is something that's very close to us and something a lot of people can relate to. And also working with Julie was something that I always wanted to do because we've worked together in the past. She's acted in films that I've written and directed, but to work together as directors and writers was something I really wanted to do.
That's awesome. How did you guys meet? I'm kind of curious. Did you find her online? Usually that's how relationships and friendships go nowadays,
There was like
right?
a friendship app where
you like DM'd him or he DM'd you.
Yeah, slid into those
Slip in the
friendship
DMs.
Julie,
Slip in
that's
the
how rumors
DMs.
get started. So surprisingly, we both went to UC San Diego.
We did.
But we didn't meet there.
No.
Oh, okay.
And I had actually been a fan of Wong Fu Productions.
We all have.
Right, all of
Day
us.
one.
Day one. And I was watching their videos at the end of high school, beginning of college, and then, funny enough, and I don't think Wes will admit this, but I met him 7 times before he remembered who I am.
Are you serious?
Julie.
That is so sad.
But to be fair, it's always
Wes,
been...
how could you?
No.
How could you, Wes?
Julie, I remembered you every time.
Do you remember?
I did. I wanted to keep the conversation going, so every time I acted like it was fresh.
I love this.
So that I could relive like meeting for the first time, the spark. every
right,
time.
that friendship
Yeah.
spark. But it was because I always met him in big events where hundreds of people were like, "Hi Wes, hi Wes," and so
we're such a huge fan, and you're just one of them, right? One of the fangirls.
Exactly.
So how much do you remember?
Julie is
I
incredibly
love instigating.
oh my god,
so talented, and she's been in a lot of our work because she's so talented.
you're very kind. So we eventually did become friends, and I was actually just saying in the car on the drive here, I was like, Wang Fu is so good at giving people a chance, and they work with so many established actors and established crew, but at the same time they always see sort of up and coming talent, and they give
Thanks, Julie.
people like that a chance.
That's awesome. And we'll get into Wang Fu and your YouTube channel, Shut Up and Dance, in a little bit.
Okay.
But right now, let's talk about Zoetic, right? So how do you think this film explored boundaries between a traditional Asian parent and younger generation child?
You want to start?
Tough question right there.
Well,
Those are good questions.
I think just the fact that we opened up communication between child and parent in a film that is based on like online dating. There's so many new aspects to this that are unfamiliar. But in the end, it comes down to humanizing our parents.
Right.
Because when we grow up, we know them as mom and dad that make us do our homework and eat, sleep, get rest. Wash your hands.
There's no
polite.
emotional part involved, right?
No.
At least not in the traditional senses. Like the way they show love is very different. And I think we wanted to show that we understand how much they've sacrificed. And for us to be able to make decisions based on what makes us happy is only possible because they didn't have that. Like they had to sacrifice that so that we could have it.
Yeah.
This is starting to sound like a part of the film. There's so much of us. No, there's so much of us in the film, and we really are talking to our moms in what is written in the script. And I would say, hopefully the audience will see that in this story, the child is trying really hard to connect, because I think traditionally in a lot of Asian families, no one tries.
Right.
And you just assume everyone loves each other, you eat together, but we would never talk about our feelings or emotions ever. Children, parents, grandparents, any of that. And so I think in our generation, and maybe it is a little bit of the American culture of being more expressive, we are sort of pushing the boundaries of, hey, let's talk.
But even that idea is scary, for a lot of people. And I think the online dating aspect of the short is just a vehicle for the story for Julie's character and her mom to really get to know each other and to see how similar they are and also understand each other's differences.
I think it's between the first generation immigrant and second generation, right? It's just that not only you have the generational boundary right there, and you also have the cultural boundaries right there, right? And this definitely connected exactly.
Well.
So you can't really connect on a deeper level if you don't speak the language or the same language.
Like I have an elementary school version of Cantonese in my back pocket, and then she learned English on her own when she came here. So we can only have
Scratch
such
the surface.
elaborate conversations.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a role reversal with you and your mom.
You were the mom, right?
Totally.
You're like telling her, no, you can't go to Costco.
What
You're
time
better
is
than
he
that.
coming back with you? Yeah. Don't give him your address. Yeah.
That is so cute. Aww. So what was the audition and creative process like? Because I know you're an actor yourself, right? So did you bring that experience in the casting aspect of it and the creative process?
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe it's because I'm an actor, and Wang Fu also does this a lot, which I appreciate, is you've held auditions, but I think we've all worked in, especially the Asian American community, so much that we know people's work, we know who they are, we've befriended them. So I do not like the audition process, and if there's someone I know will fit this role, I would rather just bring them in. So that's what ended up happening on this set, is we already had our list of people that we offered the roles to.
Oh, wow.
Ying, Do you want to talk about Ying?
So Ying, who plays Julie's mom, was amazing, incredible. And there's a funny backstory because they actually played mother-daughter in a previous short. How many years ago?
Oh my God, like maybe 5-6 years ago.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
reunion.
Yeah, it was really a reunion, and to see, them grow up 5-6 years, and now we're coming back to this. It really felt like a nice coming together again and maturing of your character, even though it was separate stories. But
we always
But there's
joke
a
it could
chemistry
be-
though,
Exactly.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's such a phenomenal actress and also has all of those Cantonese mom-isms that you can't teach.
Yeah.
That's not something either of us could direct someone into. And so we said, Ying has to do this. We don't know anyone else. She has to speak fluent Cantonese, be a wonderful actress, and someone that could believably look like my mom.
I know, you guys kind of like look alike, right?
Yeah.
another casting choice, which was great, is we got your grandparents.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
And like, because when I read the script, I was like, this is amazing. There's so many textures and age groups that represent so many generations. I love it. How are we
But
gonna?
how we're gonna find these
Yeah, how are
people
we
to
gonna
fit
find
these
these
roles,
90-year-old
right? Exactly.
Chinese
and then
grandparents.
Julie was like, oh, I think we could use my grandparents. I was like, really? Because that would be amazing. And we just kind of we wrote the scene so that it wouldn't be too strenuous. But I'm so glad that we had them both.
Yeah.
That's insane. How did you get them like interested and open to the idea?
In some ways, my family's very traditional, and other
Right.
ways, they're super unconventional. So I just kind of presented it to them. They're like, okay. And because Wes and I were very aware of, what they could physically do, we scheduled it so they just came home from the senior center and then sat down at my mom's house because we filmed it there.
Right.
And so they felt very comfortable. They didn't have to move around too much. And my grandma was so into it. Like, we gave her direction and she like immediately followed.
Like improvise
She would,
and
like-
everything?
Yeah.
We cut and then she'd reset, go back to her spot, and like
She knew her cue.
Yeah.
That's where you got it
Yeah, so
from.
we know where it comes from.
That's where you got your genes from.
It was really cute.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
And both Julie and Wes, you guys come from a background of video production and also filmmaking. So do you, in what ways did you bring that experience into this project?
I mean, Wes is the filmmaking
No,
expert.
we're in every way. I think basically the last 15 years that I've done Wongfu Productions, it's been like training to do this kind of production.
It all led up to this.
I think
All led up to this moment.
we're fortunate enough to be flexible to do big productions, but also run and gun productions. And this one was a very quick turnaround. But I'm really happy with what we brought together with the amount of time we had. Yeah.
And I think that's also, that speaks volumes to what you guys have done over the last 15 years, because in working with Wes, there would be times on set, again, indie filmmaking, where I'm like, oh my God, everything's falling to pieces. And Wes is usually like, that happens all the time. It's fine. We'll
like,
get through
everything
it."
No,
will
nothing
be-
ever fell to pieces.
Never ever fall. Everything will be okay in the
Yeah.
end. If it's not okay,
Yes.
it's not the end.
Exactly. So there were moments where I felt like that, and Wes definitely was the calming force of the
Well,
production.
you were juggling a few things.
We were all, and so we were really blessed with such an amazing cast and crew.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I learned so much from each and every one of them, and especially from Wes by doing this as well.
That's awesome. And I really want to know, how did you guys cooperate together as co-directors? But hold that thought. We're going to pay for our bills. Going to a quick commercial break. 好的，先让我们休息小段时间，广告之后继续来对话 Julie Zhan 和 Wesley Zhan，一会儿见喽。
Chinese, Japanese, Viet?
Okay, why do you assume that she's Asian?
Because you've only ever had Asian girlfriends.
You've only had Asian boyfriends?
Yeah, but I've experienced a lot of other types.
Hello，观众朋友们，欢迎回来，继续收看《对话好莱坞》，让我们继续来对话华裔青年导演 Julie Zhan 和 Wesley Zhan。All right, so on the last note, right, we were talking about how you guys cooperate together as co-directors. Did you guys ever get in fights and
All the
funny.
time,
have
no.
different, perspectives on things? How did that work out?
These interviews are always interesting because it's like they try to break us apart.
But it's also funny. This is the first
I'm
time
the
we've gotten this question.
Best like instigator ever. Oh, really?
Yeah.
First time you've gotten this
These
question?
are great questions.
Thank you.
Julie was so difficult. Such a diva.
You guys are just roasting each other. I don't even have to do anything here.
God.
I like sit back and watch.
Are we
get
done
some popcorn?
She wanted so many takes, and we ran out of batteries.
Only wanted coconut water on set.
Yeah.
He
You gotta
had
get
to
the pink
feed
ones
it to
too.
me.
The pink ones.
Oh, that's
Yes.
that's real fancy.
Yes.
It's surprising because Wes and I have always gotten along so well as friends.
Right.
When I've been an actor on his set and he's been a director. So I think I always knew that we would work well together. But of course, there was a little fear in me that was like, oh my gosh, what if we butt heads?
Really?
Wait, it never got
I mean, there has to be conflicts, right? Like, you guys never really worked together on a project before. It's always like, you were featuring in his videos or anything. You never really worked together, right?
It was like, Julie, here's the script.
And
Read
then
it.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Do that thing.
action.
Yeah.
Cool. There was really no conflict.
I don't believe that.
Let's see.
I mean,
there were creative choices that
Right.
were different, and I think that was more about the tone of the film that we wanted to set. One was like a bigger tone, like a more what would you call
a
it?
deeper level.
well, so that's where I think it could have been really confrontational, but I think because Wes is so like open to teamwork, it was really collaborative. Wes likes more slice of life and
Less is more.
less is more.
Yeah,
Wes
that's
is
right.
more. And I
Minimalistic.
am very multicam in real life,
Right.
and so
Yeah.
I think my tendency is bigger and more comedic. So we ended up meeting in the middle
Yeah.
in this
Okay.
like hybrid child that turned out to be great.
Yeah.
There were certainly scenes that I said, Julie, we can let go of this one, because it was too big, and I think in the end you're like, yeah, I think that works.
Yeah.
But then there are other scenes where I was like, Julie, run with this one. This one's yours.
And then, so I think every scene and even the narration,
Yeah.
we definitely were open to doing takes that were ranging from like very small to very big to different tones. And then luckily, because it was our set, we were able to make that final decision.
And be flexible and everything. But were you the ones like, well, this is my script, this is my project, I have this vision, and you have to go along with it? Like, I mean, at some point you had to do that, like, right? Like, stand your ground. Were there instances like that?
Stand my ground.
I mean, I feel like we were very convincing to each other.
I think
Oh.
so. If we felt strongly about something, we
Yeah.
always explained it to each other.
Always verbalized it.
And at some point, one of us would be like, okay, that makes sense. You're right.
Okay.
I don't think either of us ever went, no, it has to be this way.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
It
So-
sounds
that's
too good
awesome.
to be true.
It does.
But it's because there's like 10 years of working together or knowing each other where we could work out all those differences. And now it's like, I know exactly who Julie is, and I know what she's
so.
good at.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lean on her for those things.
And then I have not an aesthetic bone in my body when it comes to like design
Right.
and like wardrobe coloring. So things like that, I'm like, Wes, run with it. Otherwise, everything's gonna be green and bright yellow.
That's awesome. And you guys all have different fortes that you're,
Yeah.
really good at. And I feel like you're more outgoing, extroverted, really colorful, and he's more organized,
Boring.
detailed, minimalistic,
Yeah.
right? Like, you guys are,
It's a good
yin and
balance.
yang. It's a great
It's a good
combination.
balance,
Yeah. So let's talk about, being a finalist at the 3rd annual HBO APA Visionary Short Film Competition. That's a long title.
Yeah.
But I mean, how did that feel? Was this a sure win for you?
We
I
were
mean, you
so
guys-
surprised.
No, come on, you guys have been making films for what? He's been making film for 15 years, and you're in this industry. Like, I mean,
true.
who else could win this besides you guys?
We honestly
What-
were not
Yeah.
sure at all.
Like, I wasn't expecting to get anything.
No.
No,
Really,
yeah,
anything?
no, no,
Not
no.
even like a, I don't know, top 10.
No, I think in the end I was like, oh, this is really good. I can't wait to share it on our channel or with our viewers on YouTube. That was my main thing.
Right.
And then when we got that letter, I was like, oh yeah, we were in a contest.
Oh wow! So you got it like way later, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a very surprising honor for us, but I think we had so much fun making it,
Yeah.
and it was just such a personal, meaningful story, and we had such a great cast and crew that felt like family. I think that was our prize, which, you know, I wish I could think like this in every other aspect of life or at auditions and stuff, but this was the perfect lesson of if you make the journey the prize, then HBO was a pleasant surprise, but we didn't expect it, and I don't think we would have also been like really bitter if we didn't get it because we had so much fun making it.
Let's talk about your YouTube careers, right? So how did the YouTube career kick off for both of you? And Wes, you're in, you know, super successful. Wang Fu Productions now has over 2 million, 3 million,
3
3.8,
I mean,
I think.
But these days, that's low.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Don't be humble.
No, it is.
Okay, Julie,
we're very
eye
slow.
roll, let's do an eye roll.
YouTube,
That was perfect.
Perfectly timed.
YouTube is very different now than it was when we started, and we're very grateful that, you know, we were at the right place at the right time with great support and a community that really inspired us to keep going. So
How did
Like
it?
an award speech right
I
now.
thought that was
I mean,
like.
the question was.
I want to thank the community.
The question was like, how did
How
we
did it
start?
kick off? Like, how did you start YouTube?
Philip and Ted. So we graduated UC San Diego.
Right.
And when we graduated, YouTube was first introduced. And we were already making videos before YouTube.
Okay.
And then we needed a place to put those videos.
Ah.
And before it was buying server space on our website. Which, what is that, right?
Sounds like 100
I know.
years ago.
And then
With the floppy disk
Yeah.
age.
then YouTube came around and was like, hey, you can put your videos here and it'll stream. People can watch them. So we started doing that and found that community that we really nurtured. And that was really the basis of us building our business. Seeing that there was a hunger for, you know, Asian American content.
Right. Last question, I think it's the most important one, and everybody's really, you know, trying to get answers. What do you think the Asian representation in Hollywood today, as we're seeing it? Do you think it's better now because of Crazy Rich Asians? There's so many light shed on Asian American actors, or is it going to be stagnant for another 25 years, just like the last one?
Let's hope not.
Right. What do you think? You're in the acting sphere.
I would say 2018 was the year of the Asians. That's what we've all coined it with Crazy Rich Asians, Searching, to All the Boys I've Loved. I mean, so many, and it's really inspiring to see Asian Americans really coming to the forefront. I think it's going in that direction, and I will say this pilot season of 2019, there were 2 Asian American sitcoms that were ordered by networks. So we'll see if it gets picked up.
Are you in one of them?
No, I wish.
Okay.
I auditioned for them.
Okay.
And both of them are inspired or fashioned after the Crazy Rich Asians story, because now Hollywood's seeing, oh my gosh, there's a demand for this.
Huge market for this, right?
So we are seeing more opportunities, but I think Wes and I are on the same page about we want to keep pushing that beyond just what has already worked, which Crazy Rich Asians is a wonderful story, and I mean, it was so fun to watch. My mom watched it 3 times. But that's not the only Asian story, so we want to push that and really dig deeper into the complexities and the intricacies of more of those stories.
I love that.
It's
What
always-
you was?
Steal your
No, that's
mojo?
exactly right.
He's like what she said.
Yeah, it's always balance. I think, like Julie said, we're not just all Crazy Rich Asians, and there are Asians that are amazing at martial arts, but there are some that are terrible, and I think we
And
just
some are terrible at math.
exactly.
Yes.
Like
I think we just want to show there's a broad spectrum. So Hollywood, I hope they understand that. In the meantime, you know, we'll be fighting the fight online. You know, on YouTube, our content has always been trying to represent Asians in you know, the best light and the most representative light of all the types of different Asians.
I love that, because I definitely hope there's more Asian representations in Hollywood in the
Yes.
future, while you guys are, you know, fighting for creating this platform for all of us. And thank you so much for doing that.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, and thank you for coming today. 做客对话好莱坞。
很棒。
好的，那么以上呢就是今天对话好莱坞的全部内容了，感谢大家的收看，我们下一期同一时间再见了，拜。
Bye.
Falasha, self-love, arguably the most overlooked type of love. and yet without it, we are stifled in our capacity to fully love others.
Ma, how can I help you see what you want does matter? Putting me first, putting the family first is all you've ever known, but I'm grown up now. So all you have to focus on is you now. And you deserve to fall in love, to be happy.